Nick Jonas is set to release his upcoming solo album, Spaceman, and he's reflecting on how feeling isolated from the world and his loved ones over the past year has inspired his new music. If you've also felt completely victimized, disconnected, and left in a complete funk all thanks to 2020 and the ongoing pandemic, trust me, you're not alone. But like many artists, Nick Jonas has taken those pent-up feelings of extreme isolation and is now using them to his advantage with the creation of his latest solo project, Spaceman. After releasing the title track to the album just last week, it's evident Nick is tapping into those feelings we've all felt over the past year and has essentially centered his latest work around an entire theme based on some of the lyrics that read, quote, "Mask off minute I get home, all safe now that I'm alone, almost like a spaceman." He even caught up with Apple Music's Zane Lowe and admitted, quote, "Spaceman came into my mind because I was thinking, what's the one thing that all of us have felt during this time? It's just completely disconnected from the world." More recently, Nick appeared on Tuesday's episode of The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon and went into even greater detail about the struggles that he's faced amid the pandemic, especially when it comes to his loved ones. He began to explain that while his wife Priyanka Chopra was halfway across the world filming The Matrix, that's when he started to feel the disconnect and channeled his feelings into writing.
I feel very disconnected from the world, first of all, and now my person. And I just dug in writing.
After a few days, Nick realized that this was becoming more of a solo album and reflected on how missing Priyanka above all else will be evident throughout the record. He said, quote, "Given this idea that we've all had this year now, but this year of being disconnected from reality, disconnected from the world, feeling like we're on our own planet, and obviously missing her at that time as well." However, Nick did explain that the album also provides a sense of hope, adding, "And reconnecting with her, and then the main theme from this album, more than anything, is just about hopefulness for the future and seeing a brighter day ahead." He also admitted to Zane Lowe that most of the songs are basically just love letters to his wife saying, "When I can't articulate the way I feel with my words with no music, I go to the studio. And I'm grateful to have that because it makes her happy, and that's most important." Nick also gave some insight into the first 3 songs on the album. Aside from the title track, he mentioned Heights and Don't Give Up on Us, as they each explore the theme distance and how it's now become such a big part of all of our lives. Despite the hurdles caused by the past year, Nick was able to reflect on the positives it brought, explaining back in November, quote, "The biggest upside of all this has been that time at home, which me and Pri wouldn't have had this all happened as busy as our schedules have been the last couple of years." The good news is, in just over a week, we all may be feeling a little less isolated as Spaceman is due out on March 12th, so get excited, y'all. And if we haven't already been blessed by the Joe Bros, click right over here to get to know the real meaning of the Jonas blessing as told by Nick. Then be sure to let me know all your thoughts on Nick's inspiration for his upcoming solo project right down here in the comments. I'm your host, Emil Ennis Jr. You can find me on Instagram at Emil Ennis Jr., and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.